The most common issue that comes up in our social elegance coaching is clients not realizing why they're invited. As a woman, if you are near the bottom of the hierarchy, you're just gonna have a very stressful and anxious time. Stress and anxiety are just signs that you are not in the safe zone. When you're in that situation and you go into your job thinking that you're there to do the job the best possible way you can, and you become somebody who expresses a lot of your opinions, who wants to make changes. Let's say that you were even hired for something like change management or compliance, and you have to find problems. That doesn't matter. What overrides everything is the hierarchy and where you are. If you don't figure this out and know how to act accordingly, you're just gonna be ripped apart no matter where you go. It doesn't matter what job you get. It doesn't matter what company culture, what industry. This is everywhere, including being in business. The primary message is that you have to know your place. I know this is going to incite a lot of anger in people because nobody wants to stay in the status quo. Everybody wants to elevate, but you have to realize that your environment is much stronger than any willpower or the feeling of deserving that you may have. This is a PSA for so many people who come on a call to work with us to train in social elegance. And it's the most common issue that we see over and over again. And most people don't have the awareness to realize that the problem that they're dealing with is not acting according to the hierarchical position that they're in. And then they end up going in and creating a ton of counter forces and wondering why nobody will vouch for them, why they keep getting into these toxic situations. The hardest part of this process is to realize that the behaviors you have, when you see it from a top-down perspective, is really anti-charismatic. And that accountability with yourself is one of the toughest things to get over because it is extremely triggering. Also, it is very triggering to realize how people view you because it's going to be a stark difference to how you view yourself. People also oftentimes have a very skewed view of what their strengths and privileges are because that's not what is coming across to people. Another aspect is that people don't have the awareness of what their personal brand is from the perspective of other people. If you don't know how you're viewed and what is expected of you in any social situation, in any culture or environment where you're not the boss, but you are just part of the cog, you're just one pawn in the system, it's just gonna be a constant painful experience for you. If you want to be successful, you have to learn to navigate all this, and that requires you to first drop your ego, come with an open mind, and actually commit to releasing the self-sabotage and replacing them with success habits.